segments. There is a lesson every day, there is a review every day, and then there is a review of the previously memorized surahs. So mashallah, this program is doing great. In the rest of the school this year, we implemented a program where students from grade 4 to 8 will read at least 6 juz every year, and they will complete recitation of the Quran by the time they graduate from 8th grade. Brother Samir, I fulfilled my promise. So inshallah they are going to do that this year. It's a pilot project for this year. Focus in early grades is on proper pronunciation and mastery of skills. We also do review of the memorized sections of the Quran. For Islamic, for Arabic, last year we tried it in a few grades. Al-Arabiya Bayna Yaday, that's a program that's internationally used for students, non-speaking Arabic students. And this year, alhamdulillah, we have implemented it completely from grade 3 and up. So the new material is presented in the form of a dialogue based on the principle that language learning is habit formation. And the method focuses on mimicry, memorization of the set phrases, and learning it. It's basically an approach, it's a behaviorist approach, but I think it's good for learning, so we have adopted that. And structures are sequenced and taught one at a time. Structural patterns are taught using repetitive drills. And then vocabulary is also used and taught from the context. Also, we do have some other programs that we use that are like that include online games or computerized games. And thank you, Brother Sohail, for providing us that last year. Brother Sohail Manji, the teachers have really made a good use of it. And thank you very much for providing those programs to us. And that's about it. We are planning to read 2 books as a part of Islamic studies by the end of this year. And I hope that by reading those books, inshallah, our children's ability to discuss the issues of modernity will get better, inshallah. Salaamu Alaikum.
Jazakallah, Sister Rabia. You always inspire us and lead us to becoming better Muslims. Now I'd like to call up our new principal, Sister Layla.
I'm going to just talk for a little bit about what our plans are moving forward, inshallah. We want to share with you the plans for our programs in the school, and then we have some very special speakers. And I don't know if Sheikh YASIR is in the room yet, but he is. Okay, but yeah, special guest speakers. But the very special speakers that we have lined up before him, we'll talk about why they're special in a minute. But I'm going to give you an overview of what the plans are moving forward. We talked about the amount of land we have, alhamdulillah. We do need to expand. We are over capacity in the school, which is a blessing in itself. So we need more classrooms. We have had to, Sister Debbie here, our first grade teacher, who had 26 students for the beginning of the year. We just were able to divide the class into 2 so that they can benefit more of having individual attention. The issue was space, so we need more classrooms. We're a growing school. There are hopes of planning of adding high school. I've had at least 5 families already approach me and ask if we're adding 9th grade. And inshallah, may Allah make it easy for us. So we need more classrooms. We want to add a high school. We need to build a science lab. We want to enhance our HIPS program and expand it. And the students really want a full gymnasium with a swimming pool. So that's just in the top 5. I asked, when I first came, I talked a great deal to the older kids to see what they liked about the school and what they wanted. And I even had one class, because they wouldn't talk to me in assembly, they were like absolutely silent the first week. And I tried everything, and I thought I was a pretty cool person, and tried the jokes, but nothing worked. So I said, okay, if you don't talk to me, you're gonna write an essay. And they all just froze. I made them write the essay. So I asked them to list their major concerns or things that they would like to see changed. And the number one thing in middle school concerns was, we want more PE equipment, footballs and basketballs. So that's like the top thing on our list. They do want a basketball hoops, more PE equipment. They ask for better internet. So we do need a fiber optic network, right, Brother Sheriar? And that's a costly one, but we definitely need it. We've enhanced our academic programs. We have a lot of online resources that we can't really access because of the lack of internet access. The other things, so space, a science lab, internet. There was one concern from one of the girls in middle school who said she would like to feel safe wearing hijab, which was something, subhanAllah, with things. This was way back in the beginning of January, but with the recent events, it kind of brings things back to light again. And one student asked why we couldn't just be nicer to each other. That's like the $10 million question. We're all concerned about all the things that happen around the world. If we could just be nicer, just a little bit nicer, it would be great. And that's all she asked for. She said, just a little bit. She didn't say, like, let's all be compassionate and kind and giving and generous. She said, a little bit nicer. So set that as a goal. You know, one of the things we take for granted, the hadith about smiling, just, you know, when you're in a grocery store or wherever you are and somebody smiles at you, what that makes you feel like versus no one smiling at you. The change it makes in your entire being when someone smiles at you. Your day is better. You could be having a really horrible day, and then somebody passes by and smiles. And then you kind of feel like, wow, the world's a nice place. There's nice people. And the world is, alhamdulillah, with all the stuff that's happening, there is more good than evil. There is more kindness than bad. So let's focus on that. So we're all going to try a little bit nicer, and we're all going to try to smile more at each other. Those are simple goals. Very simple. A little bit nicer, like give the guy next to you the parking space, let someone skip you in line at the grocery store, it's not the end of the world. Give someone else your seat, put your shoes on the shelf, little things, and smiling. So, I went off topic, sorry. So we're enhancing programs, we need your support. Like I said again, I see young couples in here, a lot of unmarried people. You guys are having children, they're going to grow up, they need to come to the school. Well, STEMS is a school they're going to come to, so we need your support starting tonight, inshallah. Keep that in mind, this is the place that's going to be around for generations. I think that's enough on programs. I want to introduce the most important thing that we get out of our schools is the product that we produce, which is little human beings who grow up and actually go out there and make a difference in the world. And tonight we have two special people. One who kept texting me while I was trying to focus to throw me off my game, which shows he's a, I don't say troublemaker, but my philosophy is those kids that are really the troublemakers in class are the future leaders because they don't like the way things are, they want to make change. And when they're little, they don't really know how to make change, so we see it as trouble. But it's really that they're much more forward-thinking than we are. Sister Debt is looking back and like, okay. So first I'm going to ask Sister Ruba to come up here. She's a former student of STEM, and I have to tell you, I don't know these two young people very well. Sister Ruba, I met, she started working here, I think, after I did, so I've known her for weeks. But I was immediately impressed by her. She's amazing, mashallah. Allah yufaqahu. She had the most amazing smile. So she walks in, she's smiling, oh, there she is. She's full of energy, and I was like, okay, she's a natural born teacher, and when I found out she was a former STEM student, it just kind of enhanced, we're producing great people. So one of our STEM spots, Sister Ruba Ismail.
Salaamu Alaikum. I promise you, from way back there, I thought this platform was much taller. I wouldn't be able to see over. I'm just really short. Alhamdulillah, it's an honor to be a speaker today. I'm very happy to be up here, seeing all the faces here. Alhamdulillah, I see some familiar faces and I see some new faces. So that's good news. Alhamdulillah. I also have to mention that it's an honor to be back in the STEMS environment, but this time as a teacher. And this time I can probably make a difference, hopefully, okay? Inshallah. I'm here to say that this school has helped me become who I am. Alhamdulillah, in obviously the positive ways. First of all, religiously. The surahs that I've learned at this school are still with me. The hadith, the du'as that I've learned at this school are still with me. And I'm teaching them to my children now. Alhamdulillah. The hijab, I've been wearing hijab since 11 years old. And I've never once thought to take it off. Alhamdulillah. I went on to public schools. I went to Piper High School. Many of you probably know of Piper High School. I went on to Piper High School. And the hijab was an issue with many of the students. But alhamdulillah, from what I've learned here, I've learned how to answer their questions. I've had questions being asked. I've been asked questions. I have had people make fun of me. But coming here with a strong foundation of Islamic skills, I was able to defend myself and actually explain to people what my religion is and why I wear my scarf and why I dress differently. Why I don't wear the tight clothes? Why I have to have a scarf on my head and not show my hair? I've had questions asked like, oh, why do you have to wear it on your head? Why do you have to wear the hijab on your head? I was able to answer. I was also asked, do you take a shower with that thing on your head? Hey, you never know. You get these different questions. You gotta answer them. So alhamdulillah, coming here, I was able to answer them with patience, with the love and the caring that we were taught to, or to have in this school. Alhamdulillah. Also academically. Academically, when I was here in the school, we weren't in this building. We were in the older building. So it was different. Academically, we were using the books that the public schools used to not use. They would get rid of them and we would take them in, and those were our textbooks. Those were the textbooks that we used to use. Okay? Alhamdulillah, we've gone much farther than that. We are now, alhamdulillah, using the Common Core curriculum, exactly what you see in public schools. So, with Islamic integration, so alhamdulillah, it's a much better environment here. Also, I've had the best academic education here. With all that was going on at school, I have the best educational system here. I went to high school and I took honors and AP classes. Alhamdulillah, I graduated high school with a 4.8 GPA. I graduated college. Thank you. Alhamdulillah, I graduated, I went on, actually let me move back a little. For high school, I finished my high school credits in the first 3 years. My 4th year, I was doing dual enrollment, which meant I went to college my 4th year of high school. So alhamdulillah, when I graduated high school in 2008, I had a year of college under my belt. Alhamdulillah. I went on to BC, and then I went on to FAU. And in May of last year, 2014, I graduated with a 3.6 GPA. Alhamdulillah. I owe it to the school. And I owe it to come back here and teach children because I owe it to the school. The school helped raise me and helped me become the person I am today. The improvements from my time to now. This is going to be fun. Okay? In my time, we were in the older building. Now, I don't know if I know some of you would probably remember the older building. When it was raining outside, it was raining inside. Okay? I mean, I promise you, we had, the water was coming down from the ceiling, and we have a garbage can right here, holding the water. You look down that way, you find another garbage can, holding the water. SubhanAllah, we've come a long way, alhamdulillah. We don't really just rain here. Also, I don't know if any of you remember in the cafeteria, the 8th grade class was put there also. So we took a corner. So what happened was they built a wall like this and then a wall like this. So now this was a classroom. And then you look down the other way and there was a wall built like this and built like this, and that was a 5th grade classroom. Now the walls didn't reach the ceiling. So sometimes I would learn my brother's lesson before my own lesson. And we would hear each other. Okay, so alhamdulillah, we've gone a long way. Alhamdulillah. The teachers, alhamdulillah. Teachers then were not the same as the teachers now. Alhamdulillah, the teachers now, we all work together. We are in teams. We ask each other, what do you ask of me to do so I can improve my child when he comes to your classroom? Okay, we are a cooperative team. We all care for each other. We all love each other. Alhamdulillah. It's a great environment to be in. Alhamdulillah. I worked at public schools, and this is not what we see in public schools. Public schools environment is a very different environment. Very different environment. Alhamdulillah, here, we all smile to each other. We all love seeing each other in the morning. We all, we hug, we kiss. How are you? How's everything? Alhamdulillah, very lovely environment here. Also, the curriculum, I'm happy that Sister Asha, where's Sister Asha? She talked about having Common Core. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Sister Asha, thank you for talking about Common Core, because I was going to say that. Alhamdulillah, here in the school, we have incorporated the Common Core. Also, as Sister Shalika mentioned, the Montessori educational system in the school. So at this point, our educational system is stronger, I will say stronger and better than public school, only because we also have the Islamic education integrated into our classrooms. Oh, okay. I'm almost done, I promise you. I won't hold you any longer, just a little bit. Okay. I owe Sister Rabia, where are you, Sister Rabia? I owe you a lot. Where? Woo, I'm so sorry. Sister Rabia, I owe you so much, Sister Rabia. I really do. Every rak'ah I pray, I make dua. Alhamdulillah. She helped me become the person I am. And she raised me like her own, like Sumaya. All of you know Sumaya, her daughter. She raised me like Sumaya. Alhamdulillah. I also have to thank my parents and my husband for their continuous support. Alhamdulillah. I also wanted to mention that my children come to this school, and I'm very happy that they will carry on the information and the education that I took from the school, and that they will have, and they will carry on with them in their lives, inshallah, the way I have. Thank you for your time. Salaamu Alaikum wa rahmatullah. Be safe, please.
Salaamu Alaikum. I did not know she was going to talk that much. I would have asked her. Jazakallah khair, Sister Ruba. I didn't know she was that well spoken. MashaAllah. I don't know who taught you speech, but they did a great job. MashaAllah. Now, our next guest, I met, I guess a couple of years ago. I saw him around. People who work in the community tend to travel in the same circles. So I would see him in his brothers, and I never got their names straight. What's the other one? And that would be usually how I greet them. I did learn his name very quickly because he has a very intelligent mouth. So I'm going to call, he's very involved in the community, mashallah. Come on up here, Taha Qureshi. And I've had the pleasure of getting to know him much better working with the Youth Coalition. He and I and a group of us have spent a lot of time together. He did tell me recently that when he first met me, he was not too crazy about me. He thought he was like, man, this auntie is really strict. Who does she think she is coming here telling us what to do? He didn't say it quite that way, but we had a very open conversation and we got to know each other a little better, and I thought, okay, I'll give him a chance to come up here and share. So Taha, it's all yours.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. So, I honestly haven't seen Rabia in years. A fact, she was in my older brother's class, and her younger brother was in my class, which is a complete coincidence. Even though I haven't seen her in years, she stole half my speech. So I'm going to have to cut mine real short. I was going to start out with the same thing. Oh, I see a lot of new faces here, mashallah. And I was sitting there, I was looking at Fasli and Fuzir, and I was like, man, I don't know what I'm going to do up there now. But the text that Sister Leila was talking about, I was texting her, I was like, I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to talk about. She texted me back that I didn't need to talk about Lion King, so we'll get back to that, inshallah. My experience at Salah Tawfik. If I were to talk about that, my speech is going to be longer than Rabia's. So I'm not going to talk about all of it. But some of the things that I want to mention were, of course, Sister Rabia, her class, every morning was my nap time. I'd always wake up. I would get in so much trouble. Rabia was the complete opposite of me. She was like going on and on about all her achievements, and I'm just like, I used to be a troublemaker. I remember one time I got kicked out of Rabia's class. I had to go to Sister Samira's class. And I was getting lectured, they're like, you're a smart kid, why aren't you applying yourself? I was like, I don't know. So, one of the things that I really remember about IFSF Salah Tawfik was we used to have this thing called elocution day. And elocution, for those that don't know, is about public speaking. And they used to really encourage us to go up and speak in front of everyone. You could have been reading off a piece of paper. It was just about getting that confidence going. We used to have competitions all the time, and there was the same people always competing, me, Adil, Rosha, Jasmine, the same people from the class, always competing, and we used to always walk away with trophies. So, alhamdulillah, one thing that I really got from Salah Tawfik was a lot of confidence. I got so many trophies at home, it's not even fun. So, elocution day. They used to make us talk in front of people, and back then it used to be really nerve-wracking. It's still pretty nerve-wracking. Before it was just a bunch of our friends, and now it's a bunch of people. But the thing is, they used to make us write poetry, we used to do short stories, and even sometimes we have to get a speech and we have to go there. And I feel that this was one of the things that really helped me blossom, I guess. I don't know, that's not a good word for a guy, right? But it really helped me get to the level that I'm getting to right now, right? It's all just a stepping stone just to get to Jannah, inshallah, right? But it's really helped me connect with a lot of people, because when I go to these halakas and stuff, I often see people, they're not sharing, they're just sitting there. But because, alhamdulillah, Salah Tawfik got this in me that, I can talk, I can go on stage, I can spell in front of people, these are really important qualities that, honestly, I went to Broward College and now my FIU, people can't spell properly. And I'm just like, man, I don't even know, you guys should have gone to Salah Tawfik with me. So I really appreciate all the things that I've done, that Salah Tawfik has done for me. And Salah Tawfik's really done a lot for me. The friends I've made, I had 10 people in my class, I'm still in contact with maybe 9 of them, and the last one got married and moved away, so I don't talk to them anymore. But I really appreciate it, and the amount of potential that this school has is immense. And as we grow, as our community grows, and as the community grows, the school is going to grow to accommodate that community. So it's really important that we all support the school. Me in our free time, we volunteer. I remember my mom used to be the homeroom teacher. I used to get really embarrassed by it back then. But, now I realize the amount of effort it takes, and it's really important for parents to get involved. Because, I think